Well, hello, influencers. Hello, and welcome to Behind the Screen Business Confessions with your girl, Anika Cohen. Listen, this is another episode with real, raw conversations to support and motivate our leaders in the marketplace. So, if you are in a position to start, build, and grow your business, welcome. Thank you for being here. Subscribe, right? Subscribe so you could be notified of when we are showcasing another episode so you don't miss out. So I am super excited for another opportunity to have real dialogue, real conversation about what it looks like behind the screen to do business, right? You are an everyday leader. You are someone who made a decision to impact the world with your gifts and your talents. You said yes to your God given assignment. And that is no easy task to say yes to something that is bigger and greater than ourselves. And to say yes to that is no small task. So I am here to have the real conversations to support you, to motivate you, to give you information that could be helpful to your journey as you continue to serve. Come on here, somebody, as you continue to serve your community. And so today, I'm super excited because I have a guest. He is no stranger to our platform. So I'm super excited to have him back. As you may know, we are getting ready to celebrate our leaders around the world at the Influencers on the Rise Brunch and Gala. That's going to be hosted in Richmond, Virginia in March of 2025. So listen, he was one of our honorees at the Influencers on the Rise Brunch and Gala. And now he's here to talk about his experience also because he will be passing the baton. Come on here, somebody. It is okay to pass the baton. It doesn't take away from your brilliance. It doesn't take away from your intelligence. It doesn't take away from your knowledge to celebrate someone else in the marketplace, okay? Especially if they are in your same industry. Come on here, somebody. So know who you are, know what you represent and the value that you possess on today. So listen, I am going to present to some and introduce to others our guest for this evening, Mr. Gordon Walker. Woo, 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 woo. Hello, sir, and welcome to Behind the Screen Business Confessions.
Greetings. It's nice. I'll be back. I'm excited.
Hey, it is a pleasure to have you back with us. So listen, who is Gordon Walker?
So again, and I'm always redefining myself. So I'm always learning more and more and more about myself. So I am the founder of Numa Wellness and Spa, where I mainly do wellness. So, but my first love is massaging. Anything with massaging, I love to do. However, I have expanded into doing other things such as being a nutritional coach, a wellness coach. I'm in the process of just revamping a lot of things. Outside of that, I am a father. Yay! So excited about that. I just want to say that I
I
just
can't get over that, right? First and
okay.
foremost, y'all, listen, this is my brother, okay? He not by blood, but he's my brother. Come on here, somebody. So he is a newfound father. Okay. Anyway.
So that I'm a brother. I'm an uncle. Um, and outside of that, I just like to see what I can do to develop me. So I'm those are the things I found out so far from the last time.
Right, right. He is a returning guest here, ladies and gentlemen. So we know what it is that you do in the marketplace, who you are as an individual, as a man, in our community. What do you do from your day to day in your career?
Um, so my my life, well, I can't say it's on repeat anymore, but um, again, I travel as far as my career. I'm also a youth advocate. I work at the Seaford House, so I've been doing that for almost 2 years.
Mhm.
I work with youth from ages 11 to 17, or sometimes I even still get them ones that age out at 18 and they still contact me. So that's without, but that's also my career. But other than that, I am a traveling massage technician. So I travel. Again, I coach from time to time when there are services that are need. People reach out to me and want that type of service. That's it. That's
Mhm.
what my career really holds of, and I love what I do. Um,
Talk about being a youth advocate. What are some of the challenges that you see in our community um, with the youth?
Can I? So for real, I it's a little bit of everything, especially the culture that I work with. They're in custody. I got to deal with the mentality of them mostly. Um, it's the entitlement. A lot of them are coming in with trauma. So I do work from a lot of scales with from autism to schizophrenic to bipolar, and then for some they I deal with I say identity crisis where because they're around these type of demographics, they want to actually act it out. So without knowing what they're actually doing.
Hmm.
So um, it's learning how to actually just really advocate for them and let them know that even with your trauma and even with your ailment, you are more than just your ailment.
Come
There are
on here.
other avenues, there's other ways. And I had a chance to even talk to them about me. Like I was that little kid. Um, I really don't like to talk about my business, but I was that little kid that I had a mother that advocated for me. I had a mother and a father through through the school area. They wanted me in special education because of my learning, my learning disability or learning IEP. Uh, and then they also try to put me on medicine. But I always had a mom that just believed in so much in Jesus that she she Jesus them down. Okay, she Jesus them down. And
Yes.
she always taught me. She said, "You don't need to be like them. You're gonna have the mindset like them. So you just gotta learn how to find other areas, other avenues, other areas, and you gotta concentrate harder than anybody else." And I was like, "Well, that's too much."
Hmm.
But I thank her, and every day I thank her because I'm like, "Dang, I see it." And
Hmm.
it's sad that these kids have the entitlement that they have regarding just life. And I was it. What my brother say? I had to get mine from the mud. I had to get mine from the mud. So yeah.
Listen, there's something that you said about being a youth advocate, and being that voice. I believe that we all have um, a voice, and our voice is our power. As long as we are able to ignite your voice, you are able to manifest and create the narrative of your life. And so here you are, a man in our community, working with our youth, being their voice, allowing them to have a voice. Although there is trauma, although there are challenges there when it comes to their mental capacity, and you touched on the environment. I know your environment has a lot to do with your mindset. Let's talk about the poverty mindset. That is something that your environment has an impact on. Drugs. I literally grew up in the environment of seeing drug deals go on in the neighborhood, a lot of different fights. So to me, it became normal. And so sometimes what we consider normal and what other people have to be exposed to and grow up in, and they have to now consider this to be normal because this is their everyday experience, although it's dysfunctional, it's chaos.
So
Come on here, somebody. So
that's so
thank you
true.
for the service that you do every day in the community. And this is what Influencers on the Rise Brunch and Gala is all about. shining a light on individuals like you, sir. Individuals like you, men like you, Black men like you, who are intentional about making a difference and making an impact in this world and doing it in your own unique way. I want to say thank you again because I don't think it's said enough. And so, again, Influencers on the Rise Brunch and Gala. If you want to know more, go on, click the link. So here you were in a position to be honored, right? To be recognized. And I believe that we shouldn't wait until you are 6 feet under to celebrate your life and your legacy and what you have done every day intentionally. So we decided to celebrate this man, okay? And first of all, tell them the award that you got.
Um, the award I got was I believe the author award. So I can't remember verbatim what it is, but um, so my coach, who I'm talking with on now, okay, she a little bit of everything for me, okay. She wears many hats and she does it well. And so what happened was she actually helped me establish my book. See, I have so I can I call you Coach Cohen? Coach Cohen, Anika Cohen established my book, helped me establish and publish my book, where I actually became the number one best-selling author in Amazon. Okay, never in my life, guys, have I ever even wanted to actually, first of all, tell or even write a book. Okay, because the way my mind is set up, it just wasn't happening. So, but it was something that was literally, I say, a God oiled, God ordained thing. Because again, as she touched on a little bit about environment, that was my environment. I came from a place of drugs. I did a little couple, two things, myself,
Mhm.
and poverty. And with poverty, it's just unproductive. It's just unproductive, really.
Yes.
That's what poverty really is you being unproductive, you actually just knowing, okay, I'm going to sell. That's all I know how to do. Sell. I know how to just give up and do anything. But coming into my new village where I actually met my big sister, which I'm grateful for, and don't take her for granted. I always call her, she's raw and uncut with me, okay? If you know Anika Cohen, okay, she is raw and uncut, but it's what it was needed for me to get to this point in my life where I became a number one best-selling author. And a lot of people still are even buying my books
Tell
today.
them the name
Yes,
of your book. Tell
and
them
which
the name
is
of your book.
intake, principles to hydrate the mind, body, and soul. And that was basically what makes up me because I didn't know who I was. And coming into the knowledge of and being self-aware and developing myself, and again knowing my and coming into my village, that's how I got where I am. And I started to know that I had to, these people are investing in me. And I want to pinpoint that one thing is sometimes I had to believe, I had to let somebody else believe for me before I could believe
Mm.
in
Yeah.
myself. Because I know people say, can't nobody do it better than you. Well, I debunked that a little bit because when you have other people pushing you that have been there and they see what's inside of you, they're actually the investment that you need that's believing in you, that is actually going to cultivate what you actually want and actually what you've been feeling, but you just didn't know how to get it and didn't know how to cultivate it and didn't know how to actually wait it out. So I had people like Coach Cohen believe in me until I believed in myself. And I actually wrote it not believing. I actually
Mm.
wrote my book not believing, but it was me understanding and hearing her, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. And I promise you, I wasn't sure and I was insecure while I was doing it,
Mm.
but I didn't know I was being developed. And so I had to believe, I had to let someone believe for me until I could believe myself. And now that I believe myself, I became the number one best-selling author. Again, I'm gonna say that because again, I
Talk your talk. Talk your
talk about it,
talk.
talking about it is still all for me. Like, I come up from a family that did drugs and did other things, and they actually put that and they labeled me as one of those things. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes I
Mhm.
even acted them out, and that's what I believed until another belief system came upon me, and now I walk in that belief system.
I
So
love
that
that.
was what my award was. And I wasn't trying to cry, but I think I did good. I think I did good because I
You
was like,
did
wow.
very good.
Mm. But in the moment, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know how to celebrate that. I didn't because again, of where I come from, I'm new to this.
Hmm.
Um, and so, you know, whether she didn't know it or not, but it's like she would come, Coach Cohen would come around and be like, "Yes, you did it," and it kept me in the mind frame of, no, I can take this time out to celebrate. No, I'm gonna take this time out to actually celebrate. I'm gonna take time
Mm.
because I can take time to down myself. I can take time to punish myself,
Come
and that
on.
lasts a long time. So in this moment where I'm free of not being punished, where I'm free of not being demoted, where I'm free of not being told or labeled negative things, I'm going to soak in this. And
Mhm.
I believe we was there until like 10 o'clock. From like 6 to 10 in this moment, well, we had a whole day, but in that whole day, I had a whole day to celebrate. And in that celebration, Coach Cohen, it actually was establishing me more, even more, to know my value and know my worth. I didn't even know I was feeding my worth more and
Mm.
more in the moment. So thank you for that award. I actually have it posted near my at my desk. So every morning, I literally look at it and be like, I can't believe this. I still can't. And but I've learned to understand that I still can celebrate it because
You
that
better.
that was me. That was me. I did that insecure. I did that afraid. I did that unsure. But what I'm for sure about was I did it.
Yes. Come on here. You said so much. You said so many profound nuggets. Okay, listeners, I hope you are taking notes because he definitely was dropping some gems. Sometimes you just got to do it afraid. That's what he was saying. Okay, you just got to do it afraid. You don't have to do it when you are all together, when you are all put together. No, do it afraid. Do it scared. Do it because that's the goal to get it accomplished. And that will free you. That will set you up for success mentally because you will see what you are able to accomplish and achieve when you say yes and you allow yourself the freedom to tap into your creativity because everybody has a story. And so here it is. Gordon, he shared his story. His story was his message. His message had a result, it had a solution. So the intake, come on here, go on and check it out on Amazon.com, okay, and be a part of this journey, how you can intake, breathe in, because it's really about reassurance, it's about renewing. So I'm not just saying that because I'm the publisher. I'm saying that because it really is some good content for you to really step into your newness, right? So thank you for sharing that, and I'm always excited every time I hear clients such as yourself talk about how you publishing your story was a breakthrough. It never fails that it's always some type of breakthrough during that process. It's some type of revelation. Because you don't know what you can do until you do it. So we just have to be willing to try. And that's what I heard you say on today. Woo, that was so powerful. So here it is. He was honored with the authors award. Yes, you were, for your story, sharing your story and your message. Because it takes great courage to be able to do that. Takes great vulnerability to be able to do that. Because that's what a lot of people don't want to do. So they stay stuck or they stay safe. My God. So here you are. You're going to be passing that baton to the next author so they can continue to make a difference and impact someone else with their story and their message and their result. So I'm very thankful that you said yes to come back to pass that baton. So what I want to ask you a question. in regards to how do you define your leadership style?
Mm. We live, so Facebook Live, everybody live. Okay, that's a good question. I I've never been thought about that, but to define my leadership, I would have to actually say my experience with who I'm around. Um, and first, I want to start with who I'm around, what they need. But as for me personally, of course, it's my experience and what I would like. It's like I imagine what I would like people to do for me. That's how I want to say I define my leadership. Like what I'm looking to see. How are you able to get in the mud with your people?
Mhm.
Uh, what are you willing to teach them? What are you willing to be taught? Because even with the people that you're helping, there's something that they can actually uh I call put in your gun, put in your bullet, put in your ammunition, give you some ammunition to actually put into your services. And I got that from my massage, and I learned that principle from massaging. Like when I go and get a massage, they there is a technique that maybe something what I'm feeling. I'm like, oh, I can use that technique because again, I'm the client in a sense that's
Mhm.
regrouping, rejuvenating myself, and in that moment for my leadership, it's what can I show, what can I teach them, but in the same instance, what can they teach me? What is it that I'm going to learn? What is it that they're going to feed me with that I can be like, and I can actually digest it, and when I digest it, how can I implement it and return the favor back to them? I
Mhm.
feel like it's still the investment there, and that's how I define my leadership. I always want to make sure that I'm active.
Oh, I love that. Yes. Yes, active. And what I heard was servant. You're a servant leader. You're for the people. You
Oh,
like to be hands on. You like to be interactive. And I know you personally, so I know this to be true. You don't mind getting your hands dirty. You don't mind taking the trash out. You don't mind. Come on here, somebody, because some of us as leaders, we're dictators, right? I'd rather tell you what to do than show you what to do. I'd rather tell you what to do than model the behavior. Come on here, somebody. Y'all know it don't take much to get me excited. So I digress. But there's different leaders. That's why that's a good question to check in with yourself. How do you want to be um reminded, not reminded, but how do you want to be recognized as a leader? That's an important question, listeners, for you to ask yourself. How do you want to be recognized as a leader? And so that's a good question.
and
But I
I'm
think,
actually, and if I
that,
may, I'm reminded. I watched the Five Levels of Leadership by John Maxwell. Is a good book. That
yes.
thing is a good book, and you get different levels of how people view you, and
Hmm.
and like for me, I don't mind asking my clients, or to be honest, I even ask my son, how do you view me? What do you see me at? You get
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's good, as you say, to check in. But
Right.
I also make sure that I check in with myself. And for
Hmm.
me, I go before my mirror. I go in the mirror. And what I like to do now is I like to go naked, if you don't mind me sharing
Hmm.
that. I like to go naked because in that, there's nothing clothing me. There's nothing that
Right.
is blocking me from my
You're most vulnerable.
my most vulnerable moment, and something that I'm still learning that. And to be honest, I really just actually started that because I'm like, dang, I want to level up. I want to be able to reach the levels of people and reach the levels of myself. I want to reach my transcendence. And so sometimes when I still look at myself, Coach Cohen, I go, but then I go, but there's still value. What's your
Mm-hmm.
value? What's your worth? Yes, you may, and I go in details about myself, but I begin to appreciate them because
Mm-hmm.
ain't nobody got them but me.
Right.
What makes me stand out? What makes me, you know, and yes, the thing that we all got together is we're flesh. That's what we have in common. We're flesh. We have skin. We have eyes. I find out what we have in common, but I also look at myself as what makes you an individual. And I begin to actually talk to that individual and begin to boost that individual. So I've learned that, like, I'm learning that because I do want to learn how to be vulnerable because as a man, you get that. And I want to get to the point where even when I get that vulnerable, that even when people attack me, you can't attack what I've already built because it's a fortress and it's hard to penetrate. And so if I can get to that point and understand, and like I said, I want to live in reality, understand I can still hurt, I still bleed, but what you're really saying can't penetrate how I want to move and how I may even need to be there for the person that's even putting the words out there, because then I want to show them that, hey, it's okay. I've been there too. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just what I do.
I
I'm
love
learning
it.
and doing that now.
I have a thing that I want us to close out with. Okay, so I'm gonna make a statement. All right, you're gonna fill in the blanks. Okay, the statement is, I've learned and I'm learning.
Okay.
I've learned.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fill in the blank.
Okay. I've learned boundaries.
And I'm learning.
Trust.
Mm, love it. These are things that are ongoing. Come on here. I love it. Yes. Listen here, listeners. So, how can our listeners be able to engage with you, contact you if they wanted to get a massage, right? If they wanted to have you as a speaker at their event, how can they contact Gordon Walker?
Um, so you can contact anything with business wise. You can contact Numa Wellness and Spa. My Facebook is Numa Wellness and Spa LLC. Facebook. My Instagram is Numa Wellness and Spa again. And if you don't know how to spell that, it's PNEUMA Wellness and Spa. Okay. Again, PNEUMA. Anything as far as speaking, coming out to share anything. Uh, you can also contact me 302, which is my business number, 990-8907. I don't mind if you already have me on Facebook as my name, Gordon Scott Walker Jr., my personal. I don't mind. You can reach me that way as well. However, again, just I'm more when it comes to business oriented. Get me on my business on my business line. Do that. Um, if you see me in the streets, as they would say, I'm very friendly. You will get a greetings and salutations or a grand rising. Okay. So those are mine. You don't get a hi or how are you? Those are going to be my words. Okay. That's how we're going to initiate those things. But those are the things you can do to contact me. Again, that is my Facebook, Numa Wellness and Spa. If you already have me as personal, Gordon Scott Walker Jr. But my Instagram is Numa Wellness and Spa, or even my LinkedIn, Numa Wellness and Spa.
I love it. Keep it consistent. Numa, Numa. Now, hold on before we go. Tell them what Numa means.
The three things which helped me to actually live. That was God breathed. That was actually inspired. I didn't even know, but I almost called you Lady Nika. Coach Cohen, boy, I'm trying to tell you how to put that thing. It was inspired when I actually chose to live, and that is one of her big sayings. And that, of course, that was her message when she actually chose to say yes to life. And so I had went through many different things, but it's Greek actually. It's Greek, and it means the first things was it means that which gives life to a body, pneuma, and then the other one
Mhm.
was to breathe again. And then the third one was fresh wind. And
Mhm.
that is what I do, and I gotta do every day. Notice I said this is what I do, but I still gotta do it. Even if I'm not going through nothing, you don't have to go through nothing to still keep yourself groomed. You don't have to go through
Mhm.
nothing to still keep yourself prepared. So even in that, I still practice giving life to my body. I still practice breathing again because I went through something not too long ago and I almost lost myself. But I had to remember and I had to go back to my intake. I had to intake myself again and know that I have to breathe again. Huh? And then after that, I went outside where I felt fresh wind and it gave me my strength.
Listen, ladies, listen, gentlemen. Yes, I'm super excited that you shared your story on today, that you shared with us your expertise, your skills, and your ability in the marketplace, and breathing life on the show. Come on here, like the fresh wind. Come on here, we receive it today. So, listeners, I know you were definitely, definitely informed, okay, and uplifted on today's show. If you didn't hear anything else, know that a fresh wind is your choice. Choose to
Fresh
live.
wind.
Choose to be liberated, improve daily, be vivacious and enlightened. Until next time,